Hi there. In this video, we'll be covering the truth about affordable ghostwriting services. Unlocking the power of your story could bring you 6- and 7-figure revenue, but working with the wrong ghostwriter, your book might never even get finished. By the end of this video, you'll learn how to spot a content mill, the prevalence of low-quality ghostwriting, and why transparency is key when engaging with a ghostwriter. And stay tuned until the end of the video for a free resource I really think you're going to enjoy. Let's dive in. Writing a book is a difficult process, and there's lots of people who are out there who are trying to take your money because you need help. If you go to Google and just start typing in book ghostwriting, you'll find lots and lots of companies. Many of them aren't reputable, or they're just not high quality. And because of that, you can get stuck working with somebody who's not bringing the best to the project. Somebody who you don't even know who they are. Some of these companies work as content mills. These low-paid ghostwriters work behind the scenes, churning out copy that isn't really that good. They may not even meet with you as the author. They may just be receiving audio recordings or material and just bring it all together into text. It's not a great way to write a book. It's not a collaborative way to write a book. And it really brings a lot of challenges because you don't know anything about the person who's writing it. You don't know if they're cutting corners. You don't know if they're relying on AI to supply text. You don't know if they are plagiarizing. You have no idea about the quality. And if you have no idea about the quality, it's tough to feel comfortable paying lots of money to get this work done, because ultimately your name's going to be on this book. You need to know who's working on it. With ghostwriting, by and large, you get what you pay for. And that's not to say that if you spend lots and lots of money, you're always going to get the best results. But what it means is that if you're paying less money, you're not going to get good results. You're liable to get bad results. Typically with experienced ghostwriters, the price point starts at $25,000 to $30,000 for a full book project and goes higher and higher from there, the more experience that they have. Oftentimes when you engage with affordable ghostwriting services, you're working with ghostwriters that are getting paid $5,000 or $6,000 or less. Which kind of ghostwriters do you think are going to take that kind of rate to work on your book? It's not going to be high quality ones. It might be good ones that are unproven. It might be people who don't have a lot of books under their belt yet. It could be people who are still finding their way as a ghostwriter. I remember in my own ghostwriting journey early on when I would take work through companies. Companies would send me pitches and opportunities, and I would sign up and start working on these books. And I would be making $5,000 or $6,000 for the project, and maybe the client's paying $25,000 or $30,000. And I'm doing the math in my head and saying, something doesn't add up here. You know, this money's going somewhere else. It's not going for the ghostwriting. And it was disheartening because since I was getting paid such a low rate, it forced me to stack projects one on top of the other. Now, I've always worked as a ghostwriter over the past 5 years with multiple projects going at once, but there's a balance to it all. You don't want to get overwhelmed and overburdened. And in order to make a living as a ghostwriter, if you're getting paid a low rate per project, you need to take on lots of projects, which means you're probably not doing your best work. And a lot of times with affordable ghostwriting services, you're working with people who don't give their best to the work because they're busy with other projects. They have to pay their bills somehow, and that means quantity, not quality. You want quality. You want somebody who's going to give the best to your work, the best to your project, and not somebody who's just churning out copy and just moving it along. Because of all those things, transparency is key when you engage with a ghostwriting service or a ghostwriter. You want to be able to meet with the person that you're going to work with before signing a contract. Meet with them, talk to them, make sure that they're a good fit. You know, I've worked with these ghostwriting services that would connect authors and ghostwriters, and there was never a conversation ahead of time. So it was always a crapshoot as to how the relationship was going to go. Is this going to be a good fit? Are they going to get along? Do they have a good rapport? And if they don't, then it's a problem to have to switch it out and find somebody else to write the book. it can be a really cumbersome process. You really need to take the steps and meet with your prospective ghostwriter because you want to know that your money is being spent in the right places. Otherwise, it's a big question mark. Otherwise, you really don't know. And a lot of times with the lack of transparency, it speaks to me that the roster of potential ghostwriters isn't that big. There's probably not a lot of ghostwriters to choose from, and they're just selecting them one at a time. You want to be able to have a transparent process and pick the right person for you and not just whoever's up at the given moment. I've seen how easy it is for an author to work with the wrong ghostwriter and have everything fall apart. And I don't want that to happen to you. Which is why if you're working with a ghostwriter, I really think you should watch the next video on your screen. It's called How to Hire the Perfect Ghostwriter for Your Book. In that video, I cover where to look for ghostwriters, how to interview them and ask the right questions, and even setting up a contract to make sure that you have peace of mind as you begin that process. Remember, a good book can change your life. I'm Dan Good. Thanks for watching.